Hello, my name is Robert Zanzerovic and I am a professor at the Faculty of Economics and Tourism in Pula. On our joint journey through the accounting landscapes, we will be accompanied by Roberto, or Bobby, as he was called while studying in America. We'll have a chance to meet Bobby soon. In today's lectures, we will define accounting and its components. The first step of our journey begins with defining accounting. Accounting is the language of business. It enables communication between entrepreneurs and all stakeholders. Stakeholders are persons and organizations that are interested in the business of an entrepreneur for any reason. Communication between entrepreneurs and stakeholders is enabled through financial statements, but also other reports that are submitted in accordance with the laws and rules set independently by the entrepreneur. In doing so, accounting focuses on all three time dimensions: past, present, and future. It's finally time to meet Bobby. Bobby was born in Italy. He graduated in New York, where he studied film and television production, and then he decided to travel to Europe for a month. Close historical and cultural ties and the neighborhood of his homeland are the main reasons to visit Pula. Pula is a 3,000 years old city that owes its historical development mostly to the Roman Empire. One of the best preserved Roman amphitheaters, home to one of the world's oldest national film festivals for 67 years, was a turning point for Bobby, who chose Pula as his place of residence. Bobby decided to valorize his passion for film and film production and the knowledge he gained during his 5-year education. Therefore, he started his own entrepreneurial venture, Movie In Bobby. Bobby has been in business for 2 years. Since he decided to formalize the business venture in the form of a limited liability company, he prepares financial statements once a year. He is also obliged to prepare periodic reports and calculations related to taxation and payment of other public obligations. These activities are related to the central accounting function, bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is a record of already occurred business events, which can be expressed in value, properly documented, and result in changes in accounting categories, that is, changes in assets, liabilities and capital, or the occurrence of revenues and expenses and calculation of business result. In bookkeeping, double entry of one business event is crucial. It is recorded on the debit and credit side. In doing so, it is necessary to achieve a balance of debit and credit records. We can say that bookkeeping is a central part of accounting focused on the past. However, bookkeeping is not the first accounting function Bobby has encountered. Before starting the business venture, he prepared a business plan within which he calculated projection of the necessary resources and sources of their financing, projection of future revenues and expenses, and cash flows that served as a basis for the decision to enter the entrepreneurial venture. At this stage, Bobby was dealing with accounting planning as a function of future-oriented accounting. Bobby is a responsible person and is aware of the need to regularly monitor the financial results of his business venture. Therefore, he studies cash flows and revenues and expenses at least once a week. Also, once a month, he compares the planned with the realized values and determines the deviations and their causes. He does this so he could take timely corrective actions and manage its venture well. Bobby actually performs activities that are an integral part of accounting analysis, a third accounting function that focuses on past accomplishments.
Hi. The fourth function of accounting consists of controls, that is, the establishment of an appropriate system of supervision. The purpose of supervision is 1. To protect resources from losses and theft, and 2. To ensure the accuracy of accounting records, calculations, and ultimately reports. In this regard, Bobby 1 continuously checks the invoices he receives before making payments. 2 communicates with business partners to obtain appropriate clarifications. 3 he monitors resources and records of business events with new software that he had recently acquired.
The crown of accounting process is distribution of accounting information. It consists of activities that delivers to interested parties timely, reliable, relevant, and understandable information. This is made possible by financial statements, tax reports, and management reports. The financial statements show the resources that the entrepreneur uses to perform activities and the sources of their financing, the success of the resources used, cash flows, and other important information. The financial statements consist of the balance sheet or statement of financial position, statement of profit and loss with the statement of other comprehensive income as its upgrade, then statement of cash flows, statement of changes in equity, and notes to financial statements. In accordance with the legal regulations, entrepreneurs are obliged to prepare a series of periodic reports and calculations, which are most often related to taxation and payment of other public obligations. We are talking about so-called tax reports. Entrepreneurs also prepare periodic financial statements and customize internal reports to ensure the timely information necessary to make appropriate business decisions. Here, we are talking about management reports. In the end, let's summarize what we have just learned. Accounting includes accounting planning, bookkeeping, accounting controls, accounting analysis, and distribution of accounting information. We will conclude our first lecture with the thoughts of BENEDIKT KOTRULJEVIĆ, a citizen of Dubrovnik, written back in 1458 in the first written book on the double-entry bookkeeping system we still use nowadays. In one of the first works describing entrepreneurship in the Middle Ages, he concluded,
I warn you that one who keeps good and orderly books also learns to contract, trade, and make money well. I therefore admonish every merchant to entertain himself by knowing how to keep his books well and orderly. And whoever does not know this, let himself be instructed, or let him have a capable and skilled bookkeeper. Otherwise, there will be real chaos and Babylonian confusion in his trade affairs. And beware of that if your honor and property are dear to you.